Some new org faces making their debut here on the main event for the RLCS. Karmine Corp about to take on Williams Resolve. And this is a doozy. The winner gets to play up against Endpoint tomorrow in the semifinals, Chiefs.
Yes, it should be a good one either way, but before you get there, you don't want to be looking too far ahead if you're a KCorp fan. Yes, they do have the history. Yes, there's no question about them being a great team, but they do tend to press real hard, and what I saw on tape, Williams Resolve is quite a good counterattacking team, as that's going to be turned aside right at the start.
They're not even having to counterattack. They win the first offense here in game one, and they've been pressing. Now having to play some defense. Prime will get the save. Itachi up for the follow-up to try and trap this one. Runs into Radisson on the ground, and it'll go across the midfield line. Prime now trying to challenge Astral. Astral gets to pass him, and now pass two. It's up to Sizen on the back line. They'll play it past Radisson. Now to the side. Take it to the upper wall, and they'll try to transition on offense. Here comes that counterattack.
And you're kind of looking for KCorp to really get their grip on this series early. You expect Stake and Astral and Itachi to be able to hold pressure. That was something that Misfits and KCorp were both able to apply a lot of over the qualifiers to get here. And of course, Williams Resolve found themselves on the back foot a lot. So kind of surprised to see Williams Resolve coming out so strong early on with a lot of offense, as Radisson is just going to drill this into his own top corner.
Oh, this is the most stylish own goal I've ever seen. A Takumi RXT with a rabbit topper on a guillotine double tap. Like, okay, great goal. Wrong side of the net, but great goal, Radisson.
To be fair, had no boost, was just falling. I think his only real plan was like, maybe I can get it to go wide. I think that's the only option for him there.
He narrowly could tap it off the crossbar as well, but that's still not a good touch. It'll still be dangerous. Yeah, low on boost, limited options. Gonna be frustrating. Great goal, though. Well done.
Great goal.
Not mad about that one. At least I'm not. Here comes Radisson trying to redeem himself on the other end. Prime puts it above the goal. Radisson again. More pressure on the net. Slow shot. Itachi's got the clear. Radisson nearly finds the block, but Prime now take over control. His teammate Sazen to the sky. Doesn't find the flip reset. It's back in front of the box in case he's been trapped for a bit. Stake will get it across the midfield line, and Prime will chase it down. Williams Resolve trying to right the wrong and tie up the game.
Well, that's a nice little bit of passing. That is something Williams Resolve has definitely demonstrated that they have. Back on day one, they have great vision when it comes to finding each other, moving up the pitch. Does a great job of opening up defenses when they've got everybody on the same page.
Here's Radisson. Up against Astral. Gets to pass him, Sizen off the back wall. Here comes Prime back to Radisson. Oh, and it's off the post. An opportunity come and gone. Karmine will now try to push out of their half. Back to midfield. Ball stalled in the mid. Here's Sizen back into the sky. Does he find the reset? No, but the fake was good. Astral cleared away. Prime from the back line. Takes a shot, and Stake has a savior medal here at halftime.
Yeah, that pressure on the net. Definitely expected that one, considering they had such a good push. Felt the footsteps earlier. Got a little antsy and kicked it wide, and Williams Resolve definitely going to be kicking themselves for giving away a chance they know they should have scored, and now they're having to deal with Itachi.
Oh, here's Sizen. On the side, Astral. Into the corner. Prime try clear. Itachi now with a lot of space here. A flip reset to work with, but Radisson takes it away from him. Now Astral putting pressure on the midfield line. Sizen back up and onto the wall. He'll get to this ball first over the top of Stake, off the corner, and then cleared away. Stake now to try and challenge this one. Misses again. Radisson to try, but Astral gets space off the ground and clears it across the midfield line. He'll pick up his own touch, dodge a demo, try to get the pass, and Sizen will pick it up on the back line, take it to the sky. He's going to put it over the top of two defenders here and into a corner. Can they find the equalizing goal? Prime off the backboard. Stake will land cleanly and get the clear away. Karmine's holding on.
Oh, wow. Great press from Radisson there to keep the pressure. And that's a wicked pin straight into the net. Unlucky. Astral going to put two on the board for KCorp.
Look at Astral go here. Oh, so close on that one. That is rough if you're Prime. Nothing you could really do about it. He was trying his best. Yeah, I don't know, maybe a slightly better launch to put himself more between the ball and the goal, but really difficult read to make. And Astral makes the most of it. 2-0 now for Karmine.
What are you going to do now? I mean, I really do think that this game has gone about as good as you could hope for Williams Resolve, to be honest. I really expected them to be boxed in a lot more on their own half throughout the course of these 5 minutes. That's not really been the case. It's been a lot of even back and forth or even them pushing on the orange half. And to be in that position where I feel like they're playing the better game and still down 0-2, that's frustrating.
Here's Itachi. Dropping it to Astral. Under the net. Oh, Radisson. Nice pre-jump for the block as Stake will keep the pressure on. Into the final minute. Down by 2. Williams Resolve. They need to dig deep. Here in game number 1 as Prime puts it high. Astral's chasing this down. Can he drop it to his teammate in the midfield? Here comes the shot from Stake. Sizen gets the block, and Prime, though, touches it and keeps it in the corner, so Sizen has to reach back for control, and Itachi's able to clean up the touch. 30 seconds remaining. KCorp starting to trap them in their own half. Williams Resolve starting to run out. Get to the outside.
Communication starting to break down as well here for Williams Resolve on transitions out. It's making this attack a little sloppy. Sizen to Radisson and blocked by Astral, of course. That guy's too speedy on defense. You'll never sneak that one by him.
And the clear game from KCorp. Untouchable here, never giving them follow-up shots. And anytime there is a slight mistake, there's been a player in net. Clock is at 0, up by 2. Even if they're able to find this tap in, it won't matter. Karmine Corp gonna win game number 1.
Good game 1 from KCorp. Of course, went about as you expected. Still, I think that they could have had a bit more pressure overall. I'm not surprised to see Astral coming out with 4 saves there. Whenever they get pushed on in the backfield, he's probably one of the first people up to go and challenge him and make the attempt difficult. So, good offensive showing, though, for Williams Resolve. A lot of chances. Obviously, they're going to be frustrated, like we said, with not scoring that open net. Definitely kind of kills the vibe a little bit, you know, but I think they can actually be quite satisfied. Here's the miss on the open one. Radisson could hear Astral and Itachi Stake racing back to net, and he's just like, I gotta hit it.
Yeah, man. I also wonder what's going on. What went on with their comms and with the attitude after the own goal. Obviously, it's not a super blatant situation, kind of just caught in a bad spot without boost. Yeah. Radisson puts it into his own net, but just never how you want to start a main event debut like this, you know, and just with I don't know, and seeing Radisson in that position, I'm sure he would have wanted a better result and maybe a chance to redeem himself there in game 1.
For sure, and especially against a team that has been as powerful as KCorp. Giving away free goals is also not something you can afford to do.
Yeah. Well, Williams Resolve back to the grindstone, looking for goal number 1 of the series for them. Tachi with the dribble. Up against 2 players here. Sizen will take it off of their hoods, but Astral reaches back for it. And Prime, this touch goes back across his goal. Itachi will drop it into the box once more. Here's the pressure from Stake. It misses. Follow from Astral, though. The 3 touches uncontested will not miss. KCorp back on top.
You could feel the approach from Itachi there. You saw Sizen coming out of the corner. It's like, yeah, he's just going to pop this off the ceiling, and they're just going to keep throwing it up above their heads, and they're eventually not going to be able to reach it. It's exactly what ended up happening. Astral had pretty much a layup to put that one away. Great execution from Itachi and Stake.
Yeah, and I said uncontested. It wasn't that Williams Resolve wasn't contesting the shots. They were just so much slower, it almost didn't matter. We got 3 clean touches without Williams Resolve touching the ball. Anytime at this level of Rocket League, a team's able to get 3 touches on the ball in enemy territory, really good shot, really high percentage chance they are putting that into the back of the net.
Bad things tend to happen if you don't get your hands on it. On defense, is Itachi going to win another one, and that's going to squeak through. Unfortunately, though, doesn't stay in frame for Stake. Crazy pinch that Astral's still able to get over to. Wants to pinch it back into the middle, and Sizen, great diving stop coming over the shoulder of Itachi there. The demo's building up, and here's that pressure I expected to see. Pass to Astral, 2-0. Karmine Corp cruising.
Oh, the moment this comes off of Stake's hood, I know it's a goal. Again, beating the defender, and look at the separation from the back wall. He gives Astral so much space to take that shot, not have to get up close and make a difficult one. Nobody in net either. Free goal there, 2-0, Karmine Corp.
Great start. Much more of what you should expect from a team like KCorp against Williams Resolve here. That's a beautiful pass, unfortunately off the mark, as Prime just hoping to keep things going on offense, but it's post-kickoff. Everyone's kind of off gathering boost, and it's not the most put-together push, but they are on the orange half.
There's Sizen again. Stake through 1. Radisson gonna try. Oh, Zatachi catches him with their pants down. Off the backboard, back out in front. Astral gonna drop it for Stake here. Prime beats him to the ball though and gets it to the back corner. Itachi's waiting after the boost and a monster clear to Stake. But Sizen will break it up, put it into his own corner. Itachi with the read and into the. No, Prime gets back in time for the save.
I was about to say, I was wondering where all the Williams Resolve players went. I was like, no, this can't be how that goes in. Nice little cheeky bump on Sizen as he went up for the air dribble. As Prime now just trying to hang on to possession here and let his teammates get reset to maybe keep the offense rolling.
Itachi, the back corner and Stake here onto an open net. Prime manages to dive back across again. Prime, the backline defender, 2 times in a row here. As we're halfway into game number 2. Karmine Corp with the 1-0 lead in the series, and now the 2-0 lead in this game. Williams Resolve yet to put one in the Karmine Corp net.
Nice dump off to Sizen on the side wall, and now I was about to say that's really where you got to start making your money there, but that clear from Stake off the corner, I mean, it just sets that ball right back into the neutral position as Astro wins a challenge. Radisson dives across the net. Itachi's going to waste time here, and KCorp are just going to keep pressing and pressing.
A nice stop and drop from Williams Resolve there. Kill the ball's momentum, let a teammate who's already moving come. But here comes Itachi into another goal. Oh my goodness. 3-0 KCorp.
You ever see a drive up the wall like that smooth? Perfect touch, instant boost. I mean, the timing from Astral there is just impeccable. I mean, he's not too fast, not too slow, just stuck right behind the ball so that even if they did get the challenge, he was going to be able to put some muscle on it. That's great command as Astral wins a kickoff with the help of his teammate, make it 4-0. All right, move on. Let's go to game 3.
Hat trick for Astral. You heard him on the desk, like, is Astral going to be too much? And he so far has been the issue. For Williams Resolve, just getting a goal on the board, though, I feel like this 2 minutes are not lost time for them. This is a time for them to get a little bit of energy back on their side. Chances of winning this game, basically 0, but putting some pressure on, figuring out how do we work through this backline defense of KCorp we're struggling with so much. They still can use this time. I wouldn't forfeit if I was them. Yeah,
that is kind of the interesting thing about KCorp, because like I said, they're very attack heavy. I mean, they push and they will overextend. So it's really all about how your clear game matches up. Do you have the mechanics, if you keep it close, to beat the player in the midfield? If you don't, then where are you going to dump the ball on the long clear? Or are you just going to try and force challenges on the ground? I mean, you have a couple of different options, because if you can squeak one of them by, good odds KCorp not going to be in the best position to handle it if you actually manage it. The problem is, how do you get there?
Oh, Prime getting bumped on the goal line. Itachi now putting pressure on Prime. Radisson out in front. We were 4 minutes into this game before I noticed Radisson actually made a card change. He switched off the Takumi and is now back on the Fennec.
Fennec, yeah.
Here he comes with more pressure. Minfield pass. And it was just above his teammate, a little bit out of reach. Prime was able to put it onto the backboard, but not able to put it between the posts. 45 seconds left and up by 4. Game 2 all but over, but can Williams Resolve break the shutout?
Also got to be satisfied with at least stopping the bleeding. You did have 2 minutes to kind of just tread water there on your own half and make sure nothing went too wrong. Itachi wants a double demo. Actually gives Astral a line at it. Went for it. A fun idea with a good fake, but ultimately bearing no fruit. Once more into the middle. KCorp just winding the clock down, and you hung on tight there at the end for Williams Resolve, but is that going to go in?
Oh, wow. Hey, what a shot.
What a shot.
What a way to bring some energy back and also keep yourself from getting clean swept. Here's Stake taking it up the wall. Sizen played off the ceiling. Nearly gets stolen on the bumper of Radisson there. And hey, with 9 seconds left, they're on the board. We'll see if they can carry some momentum into game 3.
Yeah, break the shutout. It's good. Can feel a little better about how game 2 played out, but you know you've got things to fix in game 3. Like I said, it really does come down to that clear game here against a team like Karmine Corp. You have to be able to find some type of gap to fit that ball through. And when all 3 players on that KCorp side of the ball are so fast and read the game so well, that is what makes it incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And even once you do, if you do, they're going to rotate back, so you got to be quick on your transition.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll see Williams Resolve take a timeout So they will they will try to understand, sit there and consider what is going wrong here. What do we do? And the problem, I think you just hit the nail on the head on what the biggest problem they're running into is just Karmine Corp being much faster at the reads and getting to the ball much quicker, winning many more challenges, or getting just uncontested touches. That's not something you can fix with a timeout, which is a problem. So they have to find some way to slow them down. There's no way Williams Resolve is going to be able to match them in speed going into Game 3.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because I felt like when Williams Resolve played Misfits yesterday, that it was kind of a good indicator of how they would play against KCorp if they ended up matching up together, right? Because Misfits also has, that incredibly aggressive roster, with Cash and they will just shove and shove and shove between them and Arju, and Matane is a capable attacking third man. I mean, he brings a little bit more stability. He plays a lot more like Torment than, say, perhaps Itachi or Stake would compared to Williams Resolve. But the Misfits approach, I felt, is very similar to KCorp, and I get a lot of the similar feeling watching this game, where it's just Williams Resolve is just hanging on there on the defense. Like, okay, we've got discipline. We're not double committing. We're able to stop a lot of attacks. It's just getting out of that, cycle on the blue half and finding some way to break out down the field is the real challenge when they play against a team like Misfits or KCorp, when they've got all that speed and all those mechanics behind them. Because that's exactly what they said on the desk, right? What every team is chasing these days, it's mechanics, and you see it why, because it's real powerful.
Yeah, and I wish I saw the last 2 minutes of Game 2 there as a strength, like, oh look, they stopped the bleeding. I really think it was more KCorp choosing to play conservatively, saying, hey, we have a 4-goal lead. Let's not be too aggressive here. Let's just make sure we keep our net clean. We'll be just fine. And so oftentimes one of those things, you see teams really get out to a substantial lead, and it's like, oh, wow, look, they stopped them. And it's like, no, I think that they just stopped. So we'll see if they're able to change things up here. Does the timeout make a difference into Game 3?
Well, that does not bode well, as they do just kind of give up a possession here. And it's not a bad idea, I think, to try and force the air dribbles. I mean, that will definitely force someone on KCorp to come up there and attack you and take the ball away. So they could just be trying to stick it close to the nose and see what happens. Radisson pulls the string on a defender, dishes it out to Sizen, and they're up 1.
Gotta love this pass. Radisson hitting them on the brakes that both players bite a little bit and gives them just enough space to give it out to Sizen, and they can't get back in time to save the shot there. 1-0 now. Williams Resolve enjoying their first lead of the series.
That'll be interesting to see if that is what they decided to go with during their timeout, is stick closer, make them come and take the ball off you, because it should be clear to them that the dump and chase game is not going to go their way. As there indeed is Astral with Stake already pushing it up the field, and Radisson making sure that doesn't get any further.
Prime nearly got back in time for the second touch to make a stop. They're sizing through 1. Stake placing it high, looking for Itachi. Neither player making contact. Radisson now alone in his corner here, and Stake hits him with the changeup. He'll bite and jump for it, but they won't be able to make the shot on the follow-up, and the rest of the defense crowds on in. Here comes Astral looking for a shot. Blocked by Sizen. Radisson to chase this one out. Stake puts it back into the box, and Prime with a clear.
Wow, I was curious to see if Sizen or Prime was going to be the one to end up with that ball, as this is punched off the backboard. Easy clear for Prime, and how do you get up to it? The answer is you don't. You're already back under pressure. As Astral comes through for free, I gotta wonder... I want to see who is rotating in towards the corner there. It's Radisson, and he's just beat, so he flips, and it's Sizen who's, I think, giving way to Prime, who is rotating onto the goal line. And I think Sizen just didn't realize that there was a lot more space between Prime and that challenge before he left.
I think also Sizen's positioning makes Radisson hesitant to challenge that ball. He's looking at Sizen's position and thinking Sizen might be the one to take the ball that's going into the corner, but then when Sizen kind of makes it clear, I'm rotating out, all of a sudden Radisson is super late, which is how you see him in the air and then flipping as he realizes I'm completely beat here. At that point, their defense is blown, and KCorp do not miss. Another 3-man passing play to score and tie up the game, but here comes Williams Resolve. Itachi with a miss off the backboard, but Stake picks it up off the ground. Dribble over 1. Got to challenge Radisson on the box. Off the corner. Astral's up 4. He's got Prime. He's got a passer. Oh, he places it to Itachi. Radisson coming out of the corner makes the save. What a stop, but the pressure's still on.
And Astral just took a touch away from Itachi. Nice little bump from Size in there, but the pressure's still building here as Astral realizes Prime going to have him beat to that ball. And KCorp, actually, they want a moment to breathe, believe it or not. I didn't think they took those.
Here's Itachi into the midfield. Astral, nice doink over the top of 2. Radisson's up for this, trying to read it. Difficult. Itachi gets it back to Stake and makes the stop. Look at Radisson go.
That touch from Astral puts the fear in you if you're on defense. You don't see a guy go back that fast on a ball and just have it skip up towards that top corner above your net like that too often. As Prime, hoping to capitalize on a Size and demo, still can't find the gap. And Williams Resolve again. Another decent chance, but not guaranteed by any means. Stake wants a double tap, and it's just off the nose.
There's Astral looking for a double tap of his own. Radisson's grounded, and here comes the changeup on him. The screenplay there as Astral puts it up onto the top, and then his teammate's actually there to take the shot. Alley-oop of sorts. It's Itachi now. Back to the midfield for Stake. Off the backboard. Follow up from Astral. Too high. Follow up again from Itachi. Blocked on the ground. Stake having to fall back into his own half. He's low on boost. Not sure what to go for. Radisson puts it into the box, and Itachi coming out of the corner will clear it to the edge before any follow-up could materialize for Williams Resolve. But here comes Prime. Looking for the pass. Beautifully placed of just a softball in front of the box, but no one's there. Williams Resolve too slow on the pass game.
And I don't think either of them really believed that that one was going to actually make its way across the net. They both sort of cut out when they saw him take it around that corner, expecting a challenge to come through as Itachi just bounces one towards the blue net. And unfortunately, Williams Resolve just don't have that same level of commitment that KCorp have when it comes to maybe something materializing, and it costs them another chance to take the lead.
Can they find those chances here in the final minute? Best game of the series so far for Williams Resolve. Scored first and then have kept the game tied up until now. 40 seconds remaining. Overtime starting to glimmer on the horizon. A block from Prime will keep it alive in the midfield. But now Stake pushing in. Radisson looking for bumps. Empty corner. Astral pinches it out. Sizen and Prime double commit on offense. Itachi will put it into the sky and then chase it down himself. Over the top of 1. Looks like they may be double committed in the midfield as well. Here's Astral. Puts the pressure on Radisson, but he finds the block. 16 seconds left. Up against Stake. Astral versus Prime. It'll be Astral to come out on top. Radisson gonna have to rotate out his size and places it over. Final 10 seconds for Astral. Pressure towards the net, and Radisson onto the backboard. Itachi's up for it, looking for the dunk on Prime. Prime gets it past him, and Stake now challenging in the corner as the clock expires. Radisson off the ceiling. Does he put it into the ground himself? It looks like he's gonna try to. Astral to the midfield. Stake keeps it alive. KCorp trying to win this in regulation. Back in front and in! Oh my goodness, it's beautiful!
You tried. You love the idea from Radisson. Take the air dribble, force the challenge. It'll skip onto the floor, but Stake with a beautiful catch at the midfield line. A perfect pass out of the corner, and Itachi there to nail it into the top of the net. Now that's rough if you're Williams Resolve.
That one is all Itachi too. Massive props to Williams Resolve's defense. A really rough situation, a chaotic improviser's moment happening at 0 seconds. You're trying to put the ball into the ground, and then the Karmine Corp says, no, we're going to keep this up. They had 2 defenders challenging that shot, but Itachi finds the placement where neither of them could reach. 2-1, all that matters. A buzzer beater to dodge overtime, and now a 3-0 lead in the series. Karmine Corp 1 away from the sweep.
And it's funny, too, because they started off, I'm speaking about Williams Resolve here, they started off, really trying to keep that ball stuck close to them as much as they could, and try and force those challenges more often to see if they would come out in their favor. And I think at the start of the game, it was kind of working, but as is the nature of Rocket League, eventually that situation isn't always tenable, and they kind of just revert into the, okay, we need to grab boost, and we just got to smack it that way and see what happens. And that just continued to feed into the cycle of, well, now we just don't have the ball. And KCorp coming all after us is a tough thing to handle. But I have to say, for Williams Resolve being down 3-0 in the series here, I actually think they're playing some incredibly disciplined Rocket League. It's rare you see a double commit that's really condemning and puts them in an awful position. Like, they're playing about as well as you could hope against a team like KCorp, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. It does seem... I don't like saying a team is outclassed at any point, because these teams are very good, and they've proven me wrong plenty of times. But right now, KCorp is just faster And in the moment, it doesn't seem, the strategy change-up doesn't seem to be making a difference for him. Radisson are going for a car shift again, pulling out the classic, the Batmobile.
Now, traditionally, the Batmobile has kind of tended to be a real deep third player as he almost saves Sizen's own shot. Prime able to dish one out into the middle here. And I think it's a demo, and yeah, it's just Itachi doing his best to kind of, since he doesn't have the time to actually turn around on the wall there, he's just hoping he can get a solid enough touch. And unfortunately, kind of just gets this lazy little lift out in the midfield that's jumped all over on by Williams Resolve. But it'll be curious to see if Radisson sits in that deep third-man position where the Batmobile has traditionally found itself in RLCS.
Oh,
currently no. He's just going to drive forward and laugh as Itachi, I think, was thinking, I have time to go get boost.
I think Radisson had like camo activated here or something. Itachi just straight up doesn't see him. He's like, oh dear, until the last moment when it was too late. 2-0, Williams Resolve. Now going to be up at their greatest lead of the series so far. And the Batmobile, a part of both plays here, a kickoff opportunity, but it's going to go wide, and Sizen going to take this one slow, get a nice second touch challenge off of Itachi. And now challenging this ball in the corner. Oh my goodness, that is the fastest pinch I've seen in a long time.
Early pressure from Williams Resolve. This is definitely a good change of pace for them. But as we said in the previous game, the game plan only lasts for so long until the situation just becomes untenable to hang on to. Sizen flip reset doesn't really put it anywhere dangerous. No problem for Astral.
Oh, Prime is chasing this one. He's going to continue to chase. If Sizen loses this challenge, it would be very bad, but he gets it on the wall. Now Astral pulling this one out over the top of Prime. Radisson stretches for this one, getting chased by Stake, looking for demolition. Now Itachi. All of the players from KCorp going to be backwards. Stake's going to try and adjust in midfield with no boost. The disrespect from Karmine Corp saying, we don't even need boost to challenge in your half. Instead, Astral puts on more pressure. Itachi on the wall, going to try and trap this one. Astral back passes a Stake. All three players are piled up in the midfield here for KCorp. Williams Resolve struggling to get it across the midfield line.
Radisson with no boost there, just hoping to throw the defender off as they actually beat themselves. Stake double commits with Itachi, and indeed they do get burned. 3-0 Williams Resolve.
Karmine Corp, Itachi's challenge there is so ambitious. He's trying so hard. He lands on the wall and immediately dismounts. He has no time to actually make any adjustments. He had to leave immediately just to make even contact, and then his teammates double commit, and that play is over. Karmine Corp getting put in their place a little bit here as Williams Resolve come up to a 3-goal lead. Still half the game to play, though. Does Karmine Corp settle down and make it interesting?
That is the question. Sizen with a big miss there. Radisson kind of forced to just...
What?
Is that in his net too? Oh my goodness.
What is going on? What is this? So here comes Radisson up against, there's a defender. He bounces the ball off the hood of? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it. Itachi's right there. He knows it's coming this time. He saw the Batmobile this time. He still couldn't get the touch.
Karmine Corp, you silly people. What is happening? This is like 3 of the 4 goals have been on empty nets, like blatantly empty nets. So
yeah.
Massive rotational issue evolving here in game 4.
We've had one double commit. That was the 3rd goal, the one that just got scored where Itachi just couldn't get the touch. The first goal where Itachi didn't see him.
Yeah, there was another one again up in the front. 5-0 now. Karmine Corp going to drop game 4, absolutely. As Radisson just finds the dunk. I mean, all 3 players are in the Williams Resolve half for this goal.
That's kind of what I was talking about at the start of the series. Karmine Corp will shove and shove and shove, and they are definitely prone to the overextension from time to time. You know, most of the time it works out. Every now and again, though, you end up giving up 3 goals on a completely open net. They'll get one back here. Astral, that's a nice pass to Itachi, to be fair, but even with 4-goal differential in 2 minutes, it still feels a bit much to ask.
It does feel like a lot, but I mean, it's with the way they were playing in the first 3 games, and then just such a shift here in game 4. I don't even feel like, oh, this is Williams Resolve's finally figured out Karmine Corp. It's like Karmine Corp's just thrown 5 goals, like 4 goals in a row. Like, I'll give the first goal from Williams Resolve, great goal, well done. But then
2?
Just mistakes. So if they start to run it back up here, this is the most like this is the most faith I've ever had in a team that's down by 5.
The most gettable 4-goal comeback you've ever seen.
Yeah. We'll see if they can do it here. Oh, but some misses in defense. They might immediately lose the one that they've gotten back. Here comes Sizen, dropping it into the box again. And Steak will get it away. Follow from Radisson's in. Okay, the faith is fading.
Clearly, Batmobile was the answer, apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
Radisson is having quite the game. 5 goals on 6 shots, 3 saves, 924 score.
We're going to have to go.
I'm pretty sure that adds up to more score than the other 5 players combined. It's pretty close.
He's on pace for the world record of personal score in a game, I believe. This is wild.
Fun.
Now going back the other way. Also the Brazil setup here.
True.
If after the first 3 games where they got outscored 8-2 to come back 7-1 in game 4 would be quite stylish as they get it right there. Prime puts it in.
Jeez.
Take it down.
Well, this is if you're on Karmine Corp, you kind of just all look at each other sheepishly, and then you all look at Williams Resolve and you just go scoreboard.
Yep. Scoreboard. Sorry.
You just try and brush this one off.
My goodness. Here's Sizen onto the wall and then back away. At this point, down with only a minute left to go. You make the best Rocket League team in the world. I don't think that they dropped.
Wave,
I don't think they can score 6 goals.
Wave, you're not going to believe this. I don't think that he's anywhere close to the European single game score record. That belongs to Mike Boy with 1742.
That's a hard one. I've realized also that it would be a personal score record for regulation, possibly.
Yeah,
the problem is that most of those personal score records, because score can so easily tally up over the course of any game, the longer the overtime goes, the higher that stat can get.
Would be interesting to see with no overtime.
Yeah, I would love it if we could keep track of those records. It'd be difficult though. 13 seconds left. Can KCorp break the Brazil? Pass the Stake. It's getting stylish. And the clock will expire with the ball in the corner. Oh no, there he is. He breaks it. All right.
There we go.
Bring us up to 7 deuce.
They survive complete disaster, I suppose. Yeah. but really, I'm still trying to think of what I make about those first 4 goals that Karmine Corp allowed. I mean, the one where Itachi just flat out doesn't see Radisson is just mind-blowing to me. I mean, he was clearly slim profile is the new meta.
I mean, well, name tag should have just alerted him.
Yeah,
at the very least. So.
Name tag setting on. He doesn't have the big tags on. He might just have the diamonds.
Yeah, it's I don't know. In this situation, I still, because it felt like the game got a little bit out of hand. There was like, okay, they're up by 3. Karmine Corp sends the house. This felt like just a max disrespect situation of Karmine Corp just being like, look, we don't have to worry about these guys. Let's just drive at the ball and just drive at them and we'll score and we'll win. We'll be fine. And then Williams Resolve's like, hold on. We're playing in RLCS too. We know how to hold on to a 4-goal lead, and you kept on blowing it into our half, so we just keep putting it into the back of your net. I feel like we get a very different game 5 here.
I would definitely agree. You have to expect a completely different setting, and just for fun, because I went and looked it up, without overtimes, Fairy Peak in regulation, 15-14 score with Veloce Esports.
My goodness. What? Poor Veloce.
Poor Veloce. Season 9,
ridiculous.
dark times for them.
Well done, the Fairy Peak, but also big shout outs to Radisson. Great game for you.
Great
Not to want to take anything away from you. Oh dear, more pressure on the other end, and hey, what to bounce back to after the game 1 own goal.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually totally forgot that happened. They did kick off this series with the own goal in the top left corner.
That was 3 cars ago. So we're off the wall. Here's Prime onto the backboard. Itachi's got it covered. Backboard play, not something we've seen much of from Williams Resolve. I don't remember the last time I called someone from Karmine Corp being on the backboard for a clear.
Yeah, they haven't had much opportunity, to be fair. I mean, most of the Williams Resolve opportunities really kind of get installed out of the midfield. Oh my gosh, that's a mechanical misplay. Okay, hang on. I want to look at this from Prime's perspective. I want to know if he genuinely thought he had time to recover here, or I think he just messed that up.
I think he just missed the ball.
I think he just messed that up.
That's unfortunate. Nastral will punish Karmine Corp on top in Game 5, looking to close out the series after running up the first 3 games. Here's Prime on the challenge, looking for the equalizer. Stake lofts in net and puts it high, but Itachi's got it off the crossbar and out. Sizen trying to trap it, see if he can pass it up to Radisson, who has to now head backwards very quickly, as all of Karmine Corp had him covered up. Itachi and Astral onto the wall. Radisson to dismount.
Jeez. Wins
the challenge. What a play.
And he barely won that challenge. That recovery time from Astral on that awkward approach. It's terrifying. His hard pass off the corner, and it's actually going to get through.
I can't believe this is in. Again, the pass play in the corner is great, but it really looked to me like the defender got here in time. I can't even tell if it pinched or not. What a play from Astral.
So close for Radisson. I mean, he genuinely had pretty much everything covered except that shot to the back post. And of course, that's right where Astral put it.
We've seen Astral with pinch-style goals a few times in this series. The guy is a monster. And now up by 2. Karmine Corp very quickly righting the wrongs of Game 4. They've had a player back consistently in this game and have still managed to maintain offensive pressure.
Oh, they got it over their heads, Sizen. What are you doing? This is so... You don't like this. Okay. Just be glad that Stake couldn't put that back up off the backboard. You're going to be in deep trouble.
Both Stake and Astral had about 12 boosts to the tank. The only reason that we're not at a 3-0 game right now. Itachi off the wall, back in the midfield. Here's Prime with space. He puts it onto the backboard. Stake reaches for it. It actually gets Astral. Calls him off on the back wall. Now Prime bounces out of the corner. And Stake, the long play down the field. Radisson will have it out of the backfield and booms it all the way back the other way. Prime's going to loft for it. No, he stays on the ground, respecting Itachi on the backboard. But 2 players now in the corner for Karmine Corp. They'll win the challenge. It won't matter.
And Radisson, he's doing his best. He's trying to just get those long punts and hope for the best as Prime up early. Good block, actually. And Radisson misses the boost in his own corner as well. Astral's going to take that away, and we'll see if that leads to an extended stay here for Karmine Corp.
Itachi got the other corner boost as well, so both corners getting stolen. Radisson winning the challenge in midfield, though, will buy them space to get up to midfield to refill. And the back booster going to spawn. Itachi over the top of 1. Here's Astral, empty net. Can he find the target? Oh, couldn't sneak it around the post.
And Itachi, he didn't even concern himself with trying to score that. He just drove across the goal line, was like, yeah, I'm just going to go steal both the corner boosts and see what you guys do. And the answer is Prime almost gave up an open net, and Itachi's kicking himself.
This series has had more open net plays than like the last 2 seasons of RLCS casted. It's been kind of crazy the way that the rotations have worked out. Here's Astral now in the midfield. Popping it over Prime. Radisson to the corner. Prime picks up his own boost, but gets dunked by Stake. And now Astral on the side here. A bump onto Radisson, too, to give it out to Itachi. Radisson actually uses the bump to challenge Itachi at the point of contact. And now, to an open backfield again, Prime will close the gap. Played out to Radisson on the edge. 1:33 left to go, though. And Williams' resolve. Needing to find a win. Needing to find 2 goals to get us to overtime.
Radisson just cannot find a breakthrough, as you're going to start to see Williams' resolve get more and more aggressive. And if these strong clears keep coming out from Karmine Corp, and I don't think that it's going to make much of a difference. I mean, the follow-through is just too fast. As Radisson, actually a wise move to let that one roll across. He knew he wasn't in any danger, as Sizen also tries to slow one down. Nasty hop, as Radisson's still in time.
Radisson's patience right now is definitely helping. A little bit more panicky play there, and either of those touches could have been goals. In the final minute, though, they cannot afford to score, to let another goal in. They have to find 2 in the KCorp half. Astral.
Good bump.
Corner, here's Radisson. Across the goal and in! Oh, he finds the 0-degree angle from the corner. It's a 1-goal game.
Set up by the bump from Prime. He dismounts the backboard, gives Stake a little tap to give Radisson an angle. Itachi, try as he might. Honestly, a decent attempt at a cover-up from a terrible situation, but Radisson gonna deliver a big one and give him a chance.
38 seconds left. And a hope and dream. Here's Radisson to the sky. Full tank. Astral challenges the ball off of his hood. Back and bouncing at midfield. Prime to the corner. Radisson's here and looking for bumps. Finds one. Gets it past the second. There and they slot it. Oh, what a play. Tie game.
The vision again comes through Prime. Great control. Another bump, this time from Radisson. And instead of going straight towards the net, dish it out middle. Let him pick his spot, and he just squeezes it by the defense.
Man, Stake was just backflipping right there, too, to try and cover that spot, but still not enough. 24 seconds left, And what a comeback. Williams Resolve bringing it back in, but they're going to have to play defense now. Sizen gets a savior medal here in the final moments. Itachi putting more pressure on as Stake goes to the corner for the read. Prime lofts it high. And Itachi to try and challenge Prime. He's got no boost to work with here. It's going to be all up to Astral on the backboard. Oh, the double tap. Dangerous, but Astral carries it to the corner. And now.
Oh, free ball.
Oh, I think we're going to overtime. Oh, there's Itachi. Back on the ground. Overtime in game 5. Man, this is crazy.
Great comeback here from Williams Resolve. A couple of great demos to open the door for them. They capitalize in some tight positions. And maybe Prime, if he can reach it, not going to happen. Astral, not even going to let him dream about it.
Oh, Astral picking up the corner boost. Huge. His team was low or rotating back. But Sizen with a win now to Prime onto the backboard once more. Here comes Radisson up against Astral. He double taps it, but Astral blocks. Follow-up is taken away by Itachi. What a stop. Astral finds it and keeps us alive and playing.
Oh, tough one as well. Astral, again, great command on the goal line. Itachi making sure, actually, big fake there to pull Radisson off the ball, and maybe Karmine Corp have a little extra time. He's just going to drill one off the wall to himself. We're going to game 5.
No way they find a way to bring this back. Oh, my goodness, an overtime win and a pretty one at that. Wow. The last 3 goals, money from Williams Resolve as they take the win in game 5.
Huge win for Williams Resolve. I mean, what a way to do it as well. You really didn't give him too much of a chance. Down 2-0 with, what, a minute 20?
Yeah.
They find 2 big plays. Prime with a demo and then Radisson opening the door. And both those goals, you really did have to make sure you put a strong shot on target to beat the defense. And they got the job done. Well played, Williams Resolve, and that is what you like to see. Not getting phased in a tight position and able to execute when it really counted here. And
they did a really good job in that overtime of winning the midfield, giving themselves multiple opportunities. There was quite a few moments of, all right, Karmine Corp, oh, there's the clear. And my brain went into, okay, cool, prepare for Karmine Corp offense. And then the next moment I see Sizen's pushing it onto the Karmine Corp backboard again. Like the midfield that Karmine Corp just had for free the rest of the series dissolved in overtime in that game. So if they're able to keep that sort of midfield pressure up, give themselves more opportunities on offense, we've seen their ability to shoot when they have a moment to do so. I'm excited for this game 6.
The Batmobile has done wonders. It has. I mean, Radisson's making the challenges. He's pulling them off the goal line. It's going well so far. So we'll see if there's a little more magic to be found in the plank.
We'll see. Onto the backboard, Sizen drops it in. And another one here to open up game 6.
Nasty kickoff. Astral getting chipped, so he couldn't stick with that ball. And Itachi, that's always going to be a tough save. Coming around the side wall, anything that's low in the net on the opposite end is never easy, especially coming off a kickoff where you don't necessarily have the most options. And again, strong opener from Williams Resolve, but 5 minutes can be an eternity. Astral going to take the one-on-one against Sizen and just stick one in the middle.
Itachi thinking about it, lofting for it now, just placing it on target. Prime with the block, but it goes high. Astral has an opportunity off the back. We're back out to Stake, puts it high. All the defenders should be gone. Where's Itachi? Oh, Prime gets back before he can make a shot. He's gonna try and rotate back around, and Karmine Corp staying aggressive, not choosing to cut their losses and fall back for boost. They're trying to score here and tie us up in the first minute.
KCorp does not like to be denied, especially with such a great setup opportunity from Astral. That hard kick off that top corner. And unfortunately, Stake just couldn't execute as this one again, well high, and Stake this time trying to make sure he put a dart into the top of the net. Well defended by Prime.
Stake rotates out. Itachi in the corner as Astral challenges from net.
Man.
Oh man, they caught them in such an awkward spot. Astral, I don't think, realized he's the player that has to challenge here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strong bounce off the corner. And Astral, he actually caught rotating near post. I think he saw that coming all the way. And if he just waits at the back post, he has a line there. He goes near post, though, and it gets over his head. Prime in the one-on-one off the kickoff is going to kick out straight sideways for Sizen. Everything going to stalemate here. And KCorp recover.
Astral, flip resets. Uses it past one. Pressure on. Here's Stake. Up against Sizen. Back away. Sison playing it down the wall, trying to find his teammate on the wall. It's Radisson just takes a shot from midfield, putting pressure on Stake. He has to dive for the save, and then the follow-up gets blocked as well. But my goodness, the pressure. Karmine Corp sweating all of a sudden after being in the driver's seat the whole series.
And you got to be careful, too. There's always potential to tilt out when you feel like you've been driving the series and just absolutely owning almost every aspect of the pitch, and then bang, you get a 2-goal comeback inside of a minute. You lose the overtime. You get put down 2-0 a couple minutes after that. And you start to question yourselves a little bit because Game 7 comes up a lot faster than you think.
A Game 7 you never expected to be in. Here's Radisson trying to find a third one. Out of the corner, Stake up to Lofted. He gets it past the third man. Itachi waits for this to fall. He's low on boost. He's going to look for second touch here, and Sison gives it to him. Now into the corner. They'll follow all the way back to the Williams Resolve half. What a great touch. Here's Astral, but Sison blocks it off the backboard. Prime landing all the defense loose except for Radisson in goal. Prime out to Sison on the side wall. They'll get some space, some time, and some free touches to clear the ball out to the KCorp half. Oh. Here's Sison.
Oh.
Onto the wall, past three! No way! 2 defenders were up. I thought there was no chance, but a third goal's in the net.
Oh, Itachi only has 12 boosts here. No wonder he doesn't have a clean line to it. Honestly, considering he only has 12, that's pretty much optimal. He just gets it dipped under him. Unlucky.
Oh, man. Sison through the sky as they're looking to go to Game 7. 2:18 on the clock. There's time for Karmine Corp, but the energy has shifted in the building. There's Radisson. Through one, here's Astral. But responded by Prime over and over again. The overall control game, more and more slipping in Williams Resolve's direction in their favor. Now Radisson off the wall. Astral tries.
Ooh. Help.
Oh, onto the backboard. Here's Stake with another attempt. Sison away. Karmine Corp can just not find a shot right now. They like every touch is going on the backboard. It's going to corners. They're not forcing defensive touch. They're not forcing saves out of Williams Resolve.
Ooh, and they're really not making clean contact either. As Astral, that's actually about the best challenge he could hope for right there. And you're not kidding. All that command. You can have all of it that you want, but if you're not winning the challenges, I mean, you're going to be hard-pressed to find any type of goal-scoring opportunity as Itachi is forced to contest for possession. Sison is going to go for it himself as 2 people from KCorp decide that they're going to make sure nothing goes horribly wrong. Under a minute. Oh, boy. You said the sweat. Now they're drenched.
Everything is shifting here. 45 seconds left. A 4th goal being threatened. Game 7 looking inevitable, and the energy is intense. Game 7's in a reverse sweep situation. It's so wild because one team feels the dread pressure of we might actually lose after being up by 3, and the other team feels the no way we fought all the way back here. But imagine losing after fighting back this much, right? It's so, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's so difficult to keep the mental out and just play Rocket League in a Game 7 situation. But with 12 seconds left, we're going there, Chiefs. Believe it or not, after the first 3 games, we got a Game 7 between Karmine Corp and Williams Resolve. My goodness, this is crazy. This is the best timeline.
And what a road it's been to get here.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Williams Resolve, this is kind of a 2-pronged, reason for how we end up at the conclusion of Game 6. I feel like Karmine Corp starting to feel a little bit frayed at the edges, not necessarily having the best approach on shot opportunities even when they've had them. You can see there's no shortage of shot attempts. There's 8 for Karmine Corp there, but none of them are really, like you said, super testing of the defense. And the other point of that is Williams Resolve on defense, like we talked about earlier on in the series, there's a lot of discipline. There's a lot of great communication. They really don't get in each other's way too often on that defensive side. And that's preventing that level of discipline, that level of communication is allowing them to make sure that they have the ability to recover and consistently have somebody in position to stop a potential follow-up, not let Karmine Corp continue to build the pressure through getting a bump or just capitalizing on a double commit or anything like that. And that's something that you can't really quantify through stats. You just kind of have to look at it and be like, yeah, you're all in position. Good. And this is a team that if you get pulled out of position is going to beat you one way or the other. We've
seen precious few, actually, for Williams Resolve, for a team that's getting outclassed, as we were saying earlier, a team that just seems to not be in a game that they belong in. One of the characteristics, one of the key dynamics of that is double commits. We've seen almost no double commits. I can recall not a single double commit from Williams Resolve. We've actually seen plenty from Karmine Corp. So like that clarity, that solidarity on rotation is so strong. But going into game 7, I don't know. To me, you have to approach this game uniquely. Just some fun facts about best of 7s. There's been 7 best of 7 reverse sweeps in the history of the RLCS, 17 total in professional Rocket League esports history. With the last one in RLCS was between Guild and Wolves back in the spring regional number 3, where Guild was able to reverse sweep Wolves. And the last EU team to do one overall was in fact actually Williams Resolve when they were playing as Atlantide Wave. They reverse swept White Demons in a versus Legends 2K tourney back in May. So we'll see if they can do it again here. Very different stakes, very different dynamic, but they've been here before.
Well, see if we get number 18 here. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm honest. When they said 17 total, but 7 in RLCS, that number feels actually, like, given 11 seasons, 7 is that's less than 1 a season. So it's pretty crazy.
It don't happen often, that's for sure.
Game 7 on Champions Field. Winner plays Endpoint tomorrow in the semifinals.
And it'd be taking out the 1 seed too. That's
ooh. What an upset. And up to the front. Here's Astral. In the back, Prime. Try and push it across. Stake. Now into this corner. Setting up for Itachi. Another note. Williams Resolve has scored first in, I believe, 2 of the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Williams Resolve needing to dig deep and set the tone early here.
Great challenges like that, I'll do that for you. It's going to put Stake in the only position that he can. Safe touch out into the corner. And if you're KCorp here, you really got to lean on Astral. You got to depend on him to find a way through the defense, make a big challenge, set up a big play, and it's actually going to come in the form of Itachi here. I believe he pinches this one off the sidewall for Stake against Prime, and yep, that's right over Radisson's head. He's really not doing anything wrong there. He's thinking he's going to have more time. It's just that challenge goes perfectly wrong, and he's just a step behind it.
The Batmobile's not able to reach it. There's no car that was able to reach it there. And then we'll see Astral find that first goal. No, Stake, excuse me. We'll find the first goal here for Karmine Corp. I feel like just a slight weight off their shoulders. No, all right, we can score on this team. We can find the lead. Now, can we hold on to it? Astral Stake up here in the corner. Looking dangerous. Itachi. The challenge on the wall as well. Sizen missing on the wall. Won't be able to get the ball out to his teammates who was in front of the box. Now Prime. Looking for Radisson. I was looking for Sizen, actually, who cuts in. Now Radisson up on it. Gonna keep it on the ground. Itachi and Stake both dive for this ball and send it to the edge. Prime chasing this down. No boost in the tank, but just a positional threat. Now Sizen keeping this slow. Underneath. And Stake will push it to the edge. 3:12 left to go. Williams Resolve looking for the tying goal.
And here's kind of the problem Williams Resolve were having early on in the series. Yeah, they're on the orange half, but the ball's just getting jammed into the corner over and over without any decent way to get it out into the middle.
Radisson lofting to Prime with space. He's got Stake backwards in net, but he's not going to be able to reach back for the double tap. He gets 2 goalies to bite. And man, Karmine Corp does not look comfortable on the goal line. We're seeing 2 players dive for everything right now. We can see a follow-up attempt from Williams Resolve, and they can get a 1-2 lined up. They can easily tie this game.
Radisson, he was trying to rifle that towards the net, and he just mistimed the flick. As Prime, nice little delay on the touch there, and Stake, what a block.
What a read
just
across the entire field. That was crazy. Here's Itachi now, keeping it high, pass 2. Can the backline find it? Prime diving across again. We'll find the stop. But with 2:15 to go, across halftime, Williams Resolve yet to score in Game 7. An infield pass to Sizen, broken up by Astral. Now Itachi in the corner, stealing the boost and looking for the pass. Radisson will cover him up at Stake. taking to the sky and holding onto the ball himself. Prime takes it off of his hood. Itachi now reaching for it. Back down into the corner.
Oh, Hitachi's like, I still get to go? Cool.
This is your corner. How are none of you here? Steak keeps his ball high. Taking off of his hood.
No boost steals to be found in that half the field.
Yeah, the challenge game that we've been talking about for the last few games that Williams Resolve has really started to lock down, suddenly swinging back in Karmine Corp's favor.
Ooh.
Radisson through the sky. Beating Itachi. This one dropping dangerously. Astral clears it away. Steak on the outside to try and extend it across midfield. They'll get it past the front line. Prime up for it. To the outside. 1:12 left to go. A 1-goal lead for Karmine Corp.
Oh, great touch from Prime. And
what is that shot from Radisson? You have got to be kidding.
95 kilometers per hour. This is a beautiful touch.
Ooh.
Holy cow. Wow. That was what a tying goal. Can they hold on to it? Kickoff goal incoming. And I'm just betting on it. Let's just neutralize it immediately. Okay, they will survive in Prime now. Back out to Seisden. With a minute remaining, looking for the lead. Seisden pushes it in. Then back on top.
Seisden, he's just coasting on the left-hand side, and he's like, oh, Astral doesn't actually have the space to reach it. And so he just jumps up, throws it towards the net, and it's a dime into the top left.
The reverse sweep is alive. 57 seconds left to hold on. Steak into the corner. Seisden to challenge him. But here comes two players. Ooh. Oh, a nice shot. Radisson's got the block. They did get a double commit out of him that time. Prime jumped for it, but he's back on the ground. And looking for the block. Itachi tries to bump him off. He dodges the bump, finds a clear, neutralizes a challenge. Prime popping off on the back line. But here comes Astral into an empty net. Steak will tie the game.
You gotta love the aggressiveness from KCorp here. Astral with a block, and look at Itachi racing Radisson to the ball. Astral recovering to beat the last man, and Steak, of course, right behind both of them to put in the tire.
35 seconds left, and we're all tied up. Every kickoff so important. You do not want to lose this series. Oh, a simple mistake. Into the corner. Radisson across. Prime flips down, respecting Steak, but now with space on the ball, he's going to play the mind games with Itachi, put it into the corner himself. 20 seconds left. Seisden, pass one. Itachi with space will take the ball. Now up against Radisson, gets a demolition onto him. That's going to crowd this back line. Seisden and Prime, though, able to win the challenges and pack out. Final 10 seconds. Seisden into the corner. Radisson shadowing behind. Up to challenge the ball. The bounce will go in their favor, but Prime can't get it out of the corner. Clock has expired, and we'll go to overtime in Game 7. Reverse sweep incoming from Williams Resolve with a goal. Oh man, Karmine Corp trying to stave off history and advance to the semifinals.
It felt like it had to come to this point. Prime trying to carve apart the defense. And I don't know, it's a bullet. Astral to clear.
Here's Prime, back down to Radisson, back up to Prime. Two defenders in the corner. Itachi now back in front. They'll try and take over, and they'll get it past Radisson. Besides, he's got a lot of space. He's backwards in his own corner. And they'll have to take it across laterally to Prime. Back to Radisson, though. Look at this pass play. Into this corner one more time. No challenges. Back into the box. And Astral's got it up the middle of the field. Nobody's there! You gotta, no way! That's how this ends! Oh my, Karmine Corp stave off the upset in advance.
Oh, you see the touch? And why, Prime? Why would you chicken out of the challenge? He turns off instead of trying to drive through the challenge against Astral. And it is, what did you say? What is it, Wave? The worm burner right down the middle. And everyone on Williams Resolve is like, wait, we didn't challenge that?
I don't even know. I don't even know if that burned that many worms. Like, it wasn't even going that fast. There was just nobody back, so it didn't matter. And that's a heartbreaker for Williams Resolve. What a way to battle back. But to lose it here in overtime, you got to give it to them. A great series, a way to make it entertaining after everybody was counting them out at the end of Game 3. But Karmine Corp, hold on. They'll play against Endpoint tomorrow.
That was quite the show. The one you didn't think you were going to end up with.
Yeah.
And Williams Resolve, you had to have earned a few fans here. If you hadn't heard of them before, well, you're you're in for a treat going forward, because that was an impressive show. Unfortunate closeout to a fantastic opportunity, but it was a lot of fun nonetheless.
Man, the shot from Radisson right before that too, that we screamed over. I'm like, that's it, they've done it. But no, I think it was Astral jumping up and making a save and stopping it, and then finding the shot down the line to get the win there. Well done. Karmine Corp advances to the semifinals to play Endpoint tomorrow. For now, let's go back to the desk.